Hello there. I've got another video for you. Look at this one.
£3,000 and it gets flagged as suspicious. Is your bank watching you? From August 2025, a game changing rule is coming to the UK. Withdraw £3,000 in cash and the bank will flag it as suspicious. That's right. The government is tightening the screws and it's raising serious questions. Why? They say it's for anti money laundering. But is it really?
Thing is, I kind of get it. I mean, really and truly, why would you be taking out £3,000 in cash? I mean, I can't verify the information. I can only share it with you. But why would you really be taking out £3,000 in cash? Um, and well, you would have a receipt. But isn't it dangerous? Supposing you get robbed, supposing you lose it. Unless you're kind of taking it out and getting straight in your car and going where you're going to go. But I think the government is definitely trying to get their hands on every form of money that they can, or any form of what they consider illegal money, money under the table. Remember the days where we could get money under the table? You could work tax without paying no tax. Well, back in the day, and this is like, say, 60s, 70s, they used to call it cash in hand or cash under the table. And you'd go and work, and most people, it was how you kind of hustled, so to speak. So, what they don't want anybody to make money that they don't know about. So that's what this is about. Now, I don't know if it's going to become a rule or it's not going to become a rule. But what I found was this: it says a video on social media. It's not this one, I don't think. A video on social media with 1,500 shares wrongly claims a person can no longer withdraw certain sums of cash from the bank without first notifying HM Revenue and Customs, but this is not true. So this is a different kind of video, but it wouldn't surprise me if it's the same source. In the clip, a man speaking to the camera, oh, it's a different one. If you want to withdraw your cash from the bank, you are now not allowed basically, because if it's a large sum, and I'm talking about £3,000 or more, that you have to notify HMRC that you're withdrawing that money, and you need to be able to supply evidence and why. Basically, what you're using it for and the proof of evidence that you've used it for the purpose that you've declared what you're using it for. It has been shared with the caption, "Not allowed to take cash out of the bank UK." But it's not true that people have to notify HMRC when this is called this. The source of this is fact checks. So, according to them, they say it's not true that people have to notify HMRC when withdrawing cash, including sums of £3,000, and there have been no recent changes to this effect. Now, this was published in May 2025. But the thing is that not everything is open, is it? We're not told everything, and maybe it's an unwritten rule, or maybe the government does say to the cashiers, "Listen, if somebody gives you 3,000 in cash, notify us." Or if somebody takes out £3,000, notify us. But they're not necessarily going to broadcast it, are they? Because they are investigators, and they will be checking whether or not it's for money laundering. So they're not going to tell you, are they? But it would not surprise me if somebody had the finger on the pulse anytime there was a large transaction. It wouldn't surprise me if it was even £1,000 they'd be a bit worried about, let alone £3,000, because they don't want people to be giving away that kind of money. So supposing you got a cheap deal and the guy said to you, "Look, the car's £5,000, but if you give me £3,000 in cash, you can have it for £3,000. You could save yourself £2,000. It's not that you're doing anything untowards. It's just that, like he said, you're going to get a deal, and for him, it's no messing around, and it's cash that he doesn't have to claim for, which is another reason why they are worried. They don't want people having money that they're not paying tax on. So what else does it say? When approached, HMRC told Full Fact that there are no rules requiring taxpayers to report cash withdrawals to HMRC, but added that individual banks may have their own rules around cash withdrawals. It's true that many banks have limits on how much cash can be withdrawn per day from cash machines, and they may have certain requirements for large cash withdrawals in person at a branch, such as providing extra information about the withdrawal and advance notice to ensure enough cash is in stock. We've seen some evidence that banks may not always be able to fulfill large cash withdrawals. The Financial Conduct Authority told Full Fact that most banks have daily limits on cash withdrawals, such as at the cash machines, the operational reasons, and that these are set by individual banks based on several factors. Banks must also comply with regulations to prevent financial crime, that's the money laundering part, such as identifying and verifying customers as well as protecting them from fraud and scams. So that is under that premise, that is why they're going to say, look, we need to know why you're taking out this money, who you're giving it to, because what their claim is, oh, you might be scammed. Are you sure you know the person that you're giving the money to? And they say, yeah, of course I do. So they say, oh, so who is it? Oh, it's my uncle. So what's your uncle's name? Where does he live? What does he do? You know what I mean? So it would not surprise me if it's true. The fact that I can't find any information on it doesn't mean it's not true. So I'm just sharing it with you, just in case you've got £3,000 you want to take out and give to someone. And next thing you know, somebody's on the phone saying, oh, look, we understand you took out £3,000. For money laundering purposes, we need to protect the bank and we need to protect you from scammers. Can we have some details from you, please? Or maybe you can't even take out the £3,000. They might say, oh, look, come into the bank and we'll have a discussion about it. Who knows? Anyway, I thought I'd share that with you, and that's all for now. Bye-bye.